Hello and welcome back to Earlier 60 Plays. Today we're doing some more Pokemon Violet class shenanigans. Last time we did any of this, we did the midterm. And this time we are continuing on with Mr. Jack. Class 4 for Biology. You may notice, no, if you try and follow me on Twitch, when it comes to the live stream, there may not be a VOD for a while because I've been busy the last couple weeks. So there's just going to be no VOD for a while. So these might also get jumbled up with some Minecraft parts coming back in for a little bit because I am going to be out for a while, so I'm going to have to sprinkle those in as well. This is also why there was no Xenoblade live stream yesterday. If you are keeping up with those streams, because I don't. All right, we're heading into the last half of our classes together. It's time for our knowledge to evolve and grow just like our Pokemon. Evolution, yep, haha, evolution. Today we're going to learn about the fascinating phenomenon of Pokemon evolution. Yay! As your Pokemon battle and level up, they can learn moves and get stronger. And for some Pokemon, once they've leveled up enough, their appearance changes and their stats increase sometimes by a lot. That's evolution. Pokemon become very strong when they evolve, making them trusty partners in battle. But some people prefer to keep their Pokemon in their adorable pre-evolved states, or some Pokemon would prefer not to evolve. At least in the TV show and / anime. Not in game. To do this, you just need to remember a certain button when your Pokemon begins to evolve. Say it with me if you already know. Cancel evolution, press the B button. That's right, everyone. B for best answer. If anybody picks C button, you're technically correct, there is a C button, but it's not a face button. You don't click the stick. The button you want when you need to stop a Pokemon from evolving is the B button. Or, in some instances, it's not for the cute pre-evolved form, it's for you're sticking a certain item onto them to be stronger at pre-evolution. If you press this button soon after a Pokemon begins to evolve, you can stop it from evolving. You can also let the Pokemon hold an Everstone to keep it from evolving. Keep in mind that the requirements for evolution differ from Pokemon to Pokemon. Some may evolve using certain items. Fire stones, thunder stones, water stones, leaf stones. Held items are required. Some Pokemon require a certain Pokemon to be in the party to evolve. Mantike into Mantine, you have to have a Remoraid. Certain moves exist. Mamoswine. Happiness with Trainer Pichu. Most baby evolutions. The way Primeape evolves into Annihilate is especially strange. You see, there's a certain move that... Whoops, sorry, looks like we're out of time. I guess we'll have to end the class there today. Thank you all for your attention. Apparently, Annihilate is a certain move. Trade evolutions. The basic old ones are Graveler and Machoke. Math time! Let's get these done real quick. But among other things, for the reasons why there are not going to be many VODs for this game coming up, in fact, almost none at all until like next Thursday. So not this coming Thursday, the next one. I ended up having to getting a new car, and it took a couple days to finalize, so there was no stream that Friday. On Friday because of that. Some other days I was creating a backlog of a different game of Metroid Prime, because that one I intend on keeping to the best, because I'm not streaming any parts. I am quite pleased to say that every last one of you passed. I can only assume that this means you all have come to love numbers. Stay sharp and try your best for the rest of my classes too. Speaking of staying sharp, do you know how that word applies to Pokemon battles? That's right, it has to do with stat boost. A Pokemon's stats can rise and fall throughout the course of battle. For example, if a Pokemon uses the move Work Up, its attack and special attack stats will rise by 1 stage each. As you may know, each time a Pokemon's attack or special attack raises 1 stage, moves affected by that stat will deal 50% more damage. That same Pokemon were to use Work Up again, both of its stats would be raised by up to 2 stages. This results in a 100% increase to the damage dealt, making the move twice as strong. Sword Stance, on the other hand, boosts attacks by 2 stages at once, allowing the Pokemon to deal double damage after just a single use. Using Sword Stance twice would boost the attack stat by 4 stages. How much damage then would this Pokemon deal? 100? 200. Triple. Well, that's great. You answered this difficult question with ease. I was pretty sure it was triple. I had to make sure. Each stage that a Pokemon's attack or special attack increases its damage by 50%. So, being raised 4 stages would result in 4 times 50 or 200% increase. The base damage of a move is 100%, so adding 200%, that gives us 300%. In other words, the next move the Pokemon uses will deal triple damage. Type matchups, critical hit, damage, and other factors all play into these calculations as well, so even a small boost must be taken seriously. By the way, if a stat simply rose, that means it has gone up 1 stage. If it rose sharply, that's 2 stages. And if it rose drastically, that's 3 stages. Just so you know, the X attack and special attack can only be used in battle. Can be used to sharply boost those respective stats. Yep. Oh my, is that the bell? I suppose that's all for now. What a shame. Today's lesson was a little difficult, so be sure to review what you learned in order to stay sharp. I'll see you all again next class. Of course, I had fun. Okay. Time for history. Class will begin soon. Do not be tardy. Greetings, my little students. Whatever you did yesterday, it is now a part of history. I was hoping to continue unraveling the marvels that history has presented to us today. However, I imagine your ability to concentrate has been spectacularly derailed by my midterm. Suppose changing things up for fun and variety may be a good idea every now and then. So allow me to tell you an old fairy tale that has been passed down in Paldea for generations. Once upon a time, there was a king who very much enjoyed collecting treasure. He was particularly fond of treasures from other countries. One day, a merchant from the east heard rumors of this king and came to meet him. The merchant laid out 4 treasures in front of the treasure-loving king. The 4 treasures were as follows: a vessel, a sword, a set of tablets, and a set of beads. Seeing such rarities before him, the king leaped for joy. He showered the merchant with gold coins and claimed all 4 of the treasures for himself. Perfect timing to make eye contact, young man. Answer me this. I said one of the treasures was a set of tablets. What do you think these tablets were? I have an idea. Yep. Correct, your daily pursuit of knowledge serves you well. These particular tablets were wooden and used as a writing medium in the East in ancient times. As you may know, they fell out of popular use as paper became more universally available. For the king to consider these paper substitutes treasures, they must have been of superb quality. That, or perhaps they had some amazing, profound teaching written on them. So, the king obtained these 4 treasures on that very night, and it is said that a terrible disaster rained down upon his castle, reducing it to rubble by dawn. Oh ho, is that the time already? I wasn't done with my story, but alas, so ends today's lesson. If you are interested in how the story ends, you may come see me outside class hours. So everybody starts coming out at the 4th to 5th class. I'll do that next part. Class will begin soon, so don't be tardy. Time for Salvatore. And I'll say this preemptively, as I say every time. I'm sorry if I butchered something. I don't have any someone or something to give me a pronunciation guide. I mean, I could use Google Translate, but I don't trust Google Translate. How did you like the midterm exam? You all did really great. We're halfway there, and now time for another lesson. Des vos prêts? Are you ready? Yes. Response. Great answer. Merci, my friend. I knew I could count on you, Star. Leading up to the midterm, we learned all sorts of words from different regions. Starting today, though, I'll be throwing a curveball, where we begin listening comprehension. Was hier? Go for it, my assistant. Pikachu. As you just heard, Pokemon can also use words to communicate. It's not always easy for us to understand them, but their words have meaning just as ours do. Pokemon can use language to share all kinds of information with each other, like the location of food or whether there may be predators nearby. Same Pokemon's cries may sound different depending on what it wants to say. I'm sure you're all curious, so today, that is, let's learn some Pokemon language. Yep, and today, if you would be so kind, Pikachu, what emotion do you suppose Pikachu was trying to convey just now? I think that was anger. Marvelous. Correct. I guess we should call you Professor. And Pikachu says, Piga. it's using its angry voice. That's right, I had my little Pikachu friend here pretend to be angry for it. Don't you think he did a great job? Give Pikachu a round of applause, everyone. Oh, you give me sound here, but not, and on the Pokemon, but not actually give me pronunciation guides for the words. The same Pokemon can even communicate its feelings in many different ways. Their voices change depending on their mood and physical condition. Try listening more carefully to Pokemon. You might gain a deeper understanding of them. That having been said, Pokemon are quite mysterious creatures. Some actually don't communicate with words at all, but instead use things like electromagnetic or ultrasonic waves. Some even use telepathy. And now, apropos of nothing, let me give you all one of my wise words of advice. If you poke at your Pokemon too many times while watching them during picnics, they'll get mad at you like Pikachu just demonstrated. Well, adios, matane, a la prochaine. See you later, everyone. Once again, I am sorry for anything I butchered. At that end point where I can only assume is mostly the French. Mostly French. Battle studies for 4. You'd like battle studies with Miss Dendra? Yes, I would. Class will begin soon. Don't be tardy. I'm already tardy. What do you mean? Another day, another round of battle study. Let's get right to it. You all gave everything you had on the midterm exams. Well done. We'll resume our regular classes today, so keep up that energy for the second half of the term. Have you all been using the aura Pokemon to send out your Pokemon? If you do, your Pokemon will run off in the direction you're facing. It's a super useful tactic that lets your Pokemon pick up faraway items for you. That's not all. If there's a wild Pokemon near where you sent your Pokemon, they'll start battling each other. And we call those battles auto battles. Just as the name implies, your Pokemon will act on its own during battles, meaning you won't have to give it any command. And if your Pokemon wins, it will get XP points just like it would in any regular battle. If you make good use of these battles, they can be a really efficient way to train your party. But you'll want to remember that Pokemon won't evolve or learn new moves right away if they level up from an auto battle. Also, if a Pokemon loses an auto battle, it will come back with just a small amount of HP, so make sure to heal it up right away. Oops, I just did the whole class as a one-sided lecture. Does anyone have any questions so far? I assume this one's a weird one. No question. Great. You're all really good at this. I can't wait to see where you go from here. Even during auto battles, our Pokemon are out there battling for us, their trainers. Keep an eye on them as much as possible, and if it looks like they're going to lose, be sure to have them retreat. Also, this goes without saying, but Pokemon with low HP are already worn out. They probably won't enjoy auto battles as much, so don't work them too hard, okay? In conclusion, auto battles only work if a trainer and their Pokemon have a relationship of mutual trust. Be smart with how you use auto battles so you don't lose the trust of your Pokemon. Oh man, I was just about to suggest to do some hands-on practice to really drive the point home, but we've run out of time as usual. Class is over for now. Take care, you little rascals. Actually, I might, depending on how long it takes to do all the teacher stuff, I might actually hold off the next set of classes till the following part. Good evening. What class would you like to take? Art 4. Very good. Hello, class. It is I, Hassel, yet again. I'm pleased to say that everyone did well, very well on the midterm. As a reward for all your hard work, we have a special guest visiting us today. Now then, Brassy, please come in. Greeting. The Arceton Gym Leader. Gracias, I am an artist and I focus exclusively on grass-type Pokemon for my work. Gracias here mainly creates three-dimensional pieces such as statues and the like. One of his major works is the installation titled Surrendering Sunflora and Artisan. Many of you who've challenged the Artisan Gym are no doubt familiar with these sculptures. Yes, I do recognize some faces among your students. I hope you all understand how fortunate you are to be able to attend Hass's class. But Hass is the man who saved me when I had lost all hope and given up on myself. But he never gave up on me, and I do not exaggerate when I say that he is my mentor in life. It is precisely thanks to Hass that I was able to establish my current art style. Dear Brassy, I have nothing against reminiscing about old times, but today I hope you will guide this class in a way only you can. Of course. Let's see. Why don't we discuss what Haas mentioned? Surrendering Sunflora. Can anyone here tell me what my mood was when I crafted its attack exposition? I have an idea. And that is, there is no correct answer. Surrendering, I could see a sad move. No, completely and utterly wrong. When I made that sculpture, I had surrendered all hope. I was prepared to give up everything. I had resolved to give up my life as an artist if that piece did not receive proper recognition. Hence the name Surrendering Sunflora. That's exactly it, Pat. When I started out as an artist, I experienced many hardships. I even became deathly ill and fell into a slump that drove me into desperation. I began worrying only about what would sell. I was concerned only with fame and fortune. But all my pieces during this time had no depth. They were all shallow trash. It was then that I met Hass. He helped me realize how petty I was being. I'll spare you the details, but in the end, I was able to leave all that behind. And that is also when I crafted the Sunflora. Remarkable. Even I did not know the full story until now. This kind of thing is hard to tell someone, especially when they are so close to you. Now, I don't doubt that you adolescents will often find your heads crowded with worries. My advice to you is simple. Be honest with yourself and do whatever your heart desires. So long as you don't cause trouble, that is. That is all from me. I must admit, I am beginning to feel a bit embarrassed, so I bid you farewell, Ha. And farewell to your pupils as well. Oh, Brassy, I can't believe it's such a wonderful class. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hassel's crying. This game has been a very much joy of really giving some of these characters a lot more of a more depth feel. Even if I feel some are more built than others, but even just like local town areas with minute traditions is really great compared to some previous generations. Like, some generations had that kind of detail, but it was never a forefront of the thing. It was always typically side anime stuff. The Krogunk Festival in Pastoria in Gen 4 was anime only. Despite it being something that is known in Pastoria. I think even a NPC in the marsh brings it up, if I remember correctly. But anyways, put away your phones. It is now time to begin class. Though some of you had to retake the midterm exam multiple times, I am glad to say that the majority of the class passed without issue. I feel honored to see that the knowledge and skills indispensable for daily life have taken root in all of you. I trust that you will all work just as hard on your life skills in this second half of the course as well. Let us now turn our attention to the topic of the day, which was inspired by a question I received on the subject of meal powers. The student who asked this question is a young man who enjoys the culinary arts. Tells me that he regularly researches culinary techniques on his own and pays careful attention to the ingredients he uses. He also spends day and night studying all aspects of the culinary arts. Yet despite this, he is baffled by his inability to increase the effectiveness of his meal powers. So tell me, young student, since you did quite well on your midterm exam, what should this young man do to increase the effectiveness of his meal powers? Or you should make food with other people. Perfectly correct. I see that you are knowledgeable about the culinary art. To increase the effectiveness of meal powers, your sandwiches must be filled with many different ingredients. For a single person, this may prove difficult, but if you prepare a sandwich with others, you will be able to handle a larger serving of bread. With a larger base to start with, it becomes quite simple to add more ingredients to your sandwich, which in turn makes it possible to receive meal powers of increased effectiveness. This applies more broadly as well. When dealing with a difficult issue, working with others to solve that issue may be the best course of action. I'm sure that Orvin will likewise work with friends to practice sandwiches. The identity of the male student is a matter of privacy, so I would ask you not to do not pry too deep. Our time together has come to an end for today. I bid you all farewell. Sucks, Arvin! I honestly kind of want to know if you answered that question wrong, what happens. But that is all for today's class part. So thank you all so very much for tuning in and watching with me. The next one will be might not be class related, but we will be class related, but it might not be the actual classes, depending on how long we go with the teachers, which it appears all of them we need to talk to all of them. Except for, I think, Jock. We shall be potentially doing just that. Maybe a couple classes to fill out the part a little more, but that's for next time. So thank you all so very much for joining me once again. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I shall see you all on Thursday for more class part. If you want, or tomorrow for Measure Primary Mastered. I have an idea of what that could be. I've actually been fairly good at that. That would be the first trip into the Phendrana be the first trip into the Fendrano Space Pirate Lab. So, specifically the Hydra, I think, research room Hydra. It's Alpha or Hydra, I don't remember. I don't actually look at the room names. And the collecting of the super missile power-up. So look forward to that. Or if you want to look at more Pokemon class stuff, that will be on Thursday. So once again, thank you very much for watching, stopping by, and I shall see you all tomorrow. Bye.